You are Locked On Sun Devils, your daily podcast on the Arizona State Sun Devils. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, there you go. Number 15, because that's totally right. That makes me feel so much better after you gave me number 16 last week. Hey, everyone. This is Locked On Sun Devils, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm Richie Bradshaw. I will be your guide for everything Arizona State Sun Devils. I don't think this one's going to be as long as the previous ones have been, 15, 20 minutes, because I don't know how much I have to say at this point. It's just one of those where it's like we just don't get respected at this point. And I truly don't know what ASU has to do. When you look at these rankings and you still see the three SEC teams ahead of us that all have 3 losses, with Bama, with Ole Miss, with South Carolina. You barely moved down Miami, even though they have 2 losses and some really embarrassing losses at that, because God knows you got to keep the U in there. You can't let the U miss. They want to guarantee that some of these programs are still going to be in there, and it's absolutely ridiculous that we are still doing this. And I don't know what to do at this point. So I need to I forgot to post a little live link, so I'm going to be doing that while talking with you guys. But oh my goodness, I want to know what you guys think. Xandis Hoover, thanks for tuning in, my friend. The bias is so embarrassing. ASU should be the 3 seed from strength of schedule and ranked wins, but instead, the most likely we get put at 12, and even more pissed than last week. I agree, because what are we supposed to do? Like, we have 3 ranked wins. If you beat Iowa State this weekend, you will have 4 ranked wins this year. And you will be an 11-2 football team, conference champions, and you will barely make the playoff. The only reason you'll make the playoff is because you are a conference champion at this point, because clearly the playoff would much rather have the SEC teams and everybody else in the playoff except ASU. It's so frustrating. What do we have to do at this point? What do we have to do? 10 wins, potentially 11. And I'll tell you what, even if ASU lost this weekend 10-3, why should we not have a legitimate chance to make the playoff? I'm not saying they should. I'm not saying a 10-3 ASU team should make the playoff, but you're going to give these 3 SEC teams and a Miami football team, and God, who else is ahead of them? I love Indiana. I really do. I really, really do. And I love that they're getting the respect. Should they really be ahead of ASU at this point? And, oh my God, it's just, what do we have to do? What do we have to do to get the respect? And part of this is the ridiculous amount of disrespect we face throughout the year. You want to almost rank us 2 different times throughout the year. You almost want to rank us, and then we lose a game, and it's like you're not even going to get votes. We start the year 3-0, getting a little bit of respect, lose to Texas Tech, see ya. And then we beat Kansas and we beat Utah, and it's like, oh, we'll think about it. And then you lose to Cincinnati, it's like, see ya. And then we come back and we win 5 straight. We're barely ranked at one point. We beat K-State on the road. They're number 17. They put us at, was it 22 or 21? What are we doing? And then you beat BYU the next week, a top 10 BYU, and you moved us to 16. There's just no way. Then your last game of the year, you spank U of A in your rivalry game like you are supposed to, move us up 1 spot. And don't worry, I did notice that you put Iowa State at 16. Not because Iowa State doesn't deserve it. In fact, I think ASU and Iowa State should be higher than what they are. But you know what they did? They wanted to make sure that whoever wins this weekend, oh, don't worry. We'll put them at number 12. Don't worry. They're right there. As soon as they win, we will absolutely move them up to 12. That's all you were doing here. That's all you care about, is just to say, well, we got them in. That's all that matters. That's all they care about, is just to say, well, we did the right thing. You didn't do the right thing. You haven't done the right thing all year. The AP poll screwed up. The coaches poll screwed up. And the college football playoff has done even worse. 16 last week moves up one spot to 15. You're keeping the same programs ahead of us. Not because they deserve it, but because that's the way you wanted to rank them, and that's the way that you are insisting they get in. Alabama's getting into the playoff, by the way. They're not missing. 9-3 Alabama with losses to Vanderbilt, and I love Vanderbilt, but a loss to Vanderbilt and a loss to Oklahoma, a bad loss to Oklahoma too. Oh my gosh, what are we doing here, man? Alabama doesn't deserve it. Ole Miss doesn't deserve it. I don't care what Lane Kiffin says. I'm also a Lane Kiffin fan. I don't care what he says. Ole Miss doesn't deserve to get in. You lost to Kentucky at home. Kentucky, one of the worst teams in the SEC, you lost to them at home. Oh my God, what are we doing? What are we doing? You lose to an unranked Florida. Congrats, you beat Georgia. It's parity this year, and Georgia is significantly better than you. Let's play that game 10 times. Let's play that game 10 times. Let's put 5 in Athens, 5 in Oxford. Let's go 11, and we'll give the 11th one a neutral site. I'm taking Georgia to win that series. They will win the best of 11 games, even if it's 6-5. Georgia wins that. I love Ole Miss. I think they are a very quality football team this year. They have underachieved significantly. I will take ASU to beat Ole Miss this year, 100%. Oh, they're not as talented. They don't need to be as talented. They're playing better football. Last I checked, that's the way these rankings work. Who is playing better football? ASU is playing better football than a lot of teams in the country right now. There's not many teams that I am afraid of at this point in time when I look at the way that ASU is playing. Now, that doesn't mean I'm taking ASU to beat everybody. It doesn't mean that I think they beat Oregon. It doesn't mean I think they beat Ohio State or Texas or Georgia or the other teams ahead of them. But if you put us in a neutral location, like the playoff is supposed to be, why not? Why can't ASU go ahead and get that sneaky win against one of the top-ranked teams? What's stopping them? They're playing better football than anyone in the country right now. You have a Heisman candidate with Cam Skattebo. You've got one of the best young quarterbacks in the country with Sam Leavitt. You've got a guy who, over the last month and a half to 2 months, has been the best receiver in college football in Jordan Tyson. You've got a sneaky good defense. You've got terrific coaching on both sides of the football. In fact, offensive coordinator Marcus Arroyo is up for the Ryan Broyles Award, which is the best assistant coach in college football. Kenny Dillingham might be the coach of the year based off of all the work he's done. None of it matters to the college football playoff committee. None of it matters. Everything that ASU has done, who cares? Get out of here. That's what you are telling me. That's what you are telling me, is that none of what ASU has done this year has mattered even a little bit to you. And that's pathetic. Let's call it straight up what it is. That's pathetic on behalf of the College Football Playoff Committee. I said last week ASU should be no lower than 12. Put them at 16. Going into today, first of all, apologies. I definitely thought it was going to be another 6 o'clock showing. And then I got a notification at, I think, 4:55. Hey, the college football show is getting started. And I was like, uh-oh, I better hop on this real quick. So apologies for a little later hop onto this. But at least this week, I didn't have to sit here and wait for them to announce what ASU was getting ranked. Instead, I got to see it firsthand, and disrespectful. Disrespectful, just as bad as it was last week. Let's read some more comments. Paul Madison, what's going on, Paul? Let's go, Richie. No respect for the Devils until we win the Big 12. Maybe that'll move the needle. Maybe. Like I said, this is one of those, like, they're at 15, and Iowa State is at 16. So no matter who wins, you can justify moving ASU up 3 spots, or you can justify moving Iowa State up 4 spots. Even if it's a 1-point win or if it's a 40-point win. Doesn't matter. They're going to be like, oh, well, don't worry. We got them top 12. Woo! Congrats. What are we doing? Danny Sands, I don't think I pronounced your last name right. My apologies there, Danny. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, keep rewarding 3 lost teams. Am I right? You are right, because that's all they care about. And the 3 lost teams that are SEC teams, That's all they care about. I said this last week. I'll double down. ASU's beating Bama. They're beating South Carolina. They're beating Ole Miss this year. They are not playing great football. Are they more talented teams? Sure, they're more talented teams. I don't care. Who is playing better football right now? ASU's playing better football. You make us go on the road? Yeah, those are tougher games. I'm not saying ASU sweeps in Oxford, in Tuscaloosa, in Columbia. Send them to Tempe. ASU does sweep those games. I promise you. Home environment has been phenomenal, and you send an SEC team, a ranked SEC team to Tempe, we have one of the best home field environments. ASU is going to be playing pissed off football in those games. They take them down. Put them in a neutral site. I don't know. Maybe you flip a coin, or maybe ASU takes them down. I take ASU against all three of them. Who are some of the other teams ranked ahead of them? Notre Dame at 4. No, I don't have a huge issue with Notre Dame. They're a good football team. I think ASU could get them. I don't think that Notre Dame is a perfect team. I think they are a very good team. In fact, the last 2 months, they've played some very good football. No disrespect to Notre Dame at all. I would just say I think ASU could get them. Penn State's number 3. ASU beats Penn State outright. I said that. I've said that for a little while now. Penn State might be the biggest frauds in college football. Sorry. No offense, Happy Valley. No offense to all of the very, very loyal Penn State fans and a good football team. You're not beating ASU. Don't know what to tell you. Georgia's 5. I don't think you beat Georgia. Ohio State is 6. They're a flawed team. I would still take them. Tennessee is 7. That's a toss-up for me. Tennessee's defense is just so good, man. SMU at 8. SMU is a very good football team. I think ASU has a really good chance to go head-to-head with them. To me, that would more come down to where the game is played. Number 9, Indiana. I love Indiana. ASU beats them pretty handedly. Number 10, Boise State. Boise State's awesome. ASU takes them down. Number 11, Bama. I already said I'm taking ASU. Number 12, Miami. I'll take ASU. Like, Miami's got Cam Ward and some awesome offense. There's no defense. Sam Leavitt would tear them apart. Cam Scadaboo would go for 300 rushing yards. Number 13, Ole Miss. ASU beats them. And then number 14, South Carolina. ASU beats them. So according to me and my bias, but also my objective ability to look at this and go, these are terrible rankings, I would take ASU over number 14, number 13, number 12, number 11, number 10, number 9, and potentially number 8. And then obviously some of the other teams ahead, like Penn State, I think you could take, but I'm not going to place ASU at number 3 because that's where they want to put Penn State, which is ridiculous. So real quick, if Penn State beats Oregon, are you willing to put Penn State number 1? Or do you just want Penn State there to say that Penn State is there? Because that's the way that I am interpreting it, is you just want Penn State really, really high. If Penn State beats Oregon, you're really going to put them ahead of Texas? That would have to be your logic. Is number 3 just beat number 1? How can number 3 not become number 1? You wouldn't do it. You don't have the courage to do it. You don't have the audacity to move Penn State from number 3 to number 1. These rankings don't matter to you. It is not about the best teams. It's not about the most accomplished teams. It's not about the best resumes. It's about putting in the teams that you want to put in. Oh, man. MP73, what's going on, my friend? Big fan, Richie. Love the analysis. I appreciate you more than you know. Hopefully, you guys can forgive me for being a little more angry this week, even more than I was last week. East Coast bias is exactly what it is, Paul. Zandis, SMU, 0 ranked wins and a loss to BYU. Boise, 0 ranked wins, a loss to K-State. ASU, 3 ranked wins, including K-State and BYU. But there are 7 and 5 spots below the other 2. And isn't that funny that those losses they have are Big 12 teams? The same Big 12 that's been disrespected all year by the committee. The same Big 12 conference that is bad football, and yet they beat 2 of the teams that you have ranked ahead of them. An SMU team who is on their way to winning the ACC and a Boise State team that's on their way to winning the Mountain West. And yet they lost to Big 12 teams, which I've been told Big 12 doesn't play good football. Ridiculous. To Chia, what's going on? The disrespect is unreal, but we seem to play with a big chip on our shoulders with more to prove every week. You're darn right they do. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, is that ASU does come out and they play their best football and they just get it done. Like, totally 100% absolutely on board with you. In fact, this may be the best thing for ASUs to continue to get disrespected and then to continue to play great football like they have all year long. And they play up to their competition and they play really good football. They have not played down to anyone this year. It's been beyond impressive the way that they handle things this year. They'd only want ACC, Big Ten, SEC schools making it. Yeah, if it were up to them, that would be the whole thing. They wouldn't want a Mountain West Conference in there. Are you kidding me? Who would the playoff committee rather have? Alabama or Boise State? Easy decision. Ole Miss or Boise State? Easy decision. South Carolina or Boise State? Easy decision. If Texas A&M was ranked a little higher, if LSU was ranked at all, they would prefer those teams over Boise State. They would guarantee that Miami get a spot. They would do everything in their power. Who else is up there? Clemson is number 17. That's also pretty disgusting. But they would also love Clemson to be in there. BYU is 18. They wouldn't want BYU in there, but they deserve to be higher than that. Why is Mizzou still ranked? What are we doing here, man? All right. Back to the comments. NP73. How big of an impact do you think not having Tyson will have on ASU? I talked about that a little bit yesterday, and we'll talk about it more later this week. I am concerned for sure with not having Tyson out there, your best receiver. The good news is Iowa State's defense is an elite secondary, and they're an okay run defense. And with Cam Scatterbo, you should be able to run the football pretty well. I also trust Sam Levitt a lot more now than I did earlier in the year to distribute the football a little bit. I think they'll be fine. Levitt's not going to have a Sam Levitt game, and that's okay. They should be able to still do okay in this game. Boise State did not play Kane State. You know what? Now that I think about it, yeah, Boise's loss was to Oregon. Boise's loss was to Oregon. Thank you, Surf City Bill, for bringing that, because I'm so blind right now that I can't think. So, yeah, Boise's a good team for sure. I would still take ASU, but Boise's better. Let's see. Yeah, I mix it up. They only have one over UNLV. Loto Capone, what is going on, my friend? Richie Bradshaw, that is my old man. CFP committee is biased. We just have to build on this year. Yeah, just keep proving them wrong. Keep playing good football, and they're going to figure it out. They will figure it out. They're going to be like, oh, maybe we were too low on ASU this year. You're darn right. You're darn right that you were. Very disrespectful. Let's see. Committee is doubting our CFP ranking and our receiver room. Can't wait to shock the world. Absolutely, dude. This is a good ASU team. It's not a great ASU team. They've been playing above expectations all year long. They're going to continue to be playing above expectations. I have no doubt that ASU is going to win more games this year. I think you win the Big 12 title game. And at this point, with the way that you're continuing to disrespect us, we're going to win a playoff game. ASU is going to finish the year with 12 wins. Mark it. Put it down. Put it down. Miguel Alvarez. What's going on, Miguel? Seems like the committee loves to stack the deck this way. If and when the SEC teams win it all, they can say, see, the SEC is better than the other conferences. That's exactly it. That's why Bama continues to be ranked so high. They don't want Bama to miss the playoff. They will do anything they can to make sure Bama doesn't miss the playoff. What they put them? Number 11, right? Yeah, 11. What are we doing? 11? Bama has 3 losses, one of them to a Oklahoma team that is barely bowl eligible, and it's a really bad Oklahoma team. I don't care that it was in Norman. It could have been in Tuscaloosa. It could have been on the moon. It doesn't matter. That's a horrible loss. That's a horrible loss, but we got to do whatever we can. Wesder 4, ASU gets no respect from the committee. They haven't this year, and they got a lot to do. Sean Benitez. Sean, what's going on, man? I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. No matter what the committee says, whoever wins the Big 12 is the 12 seed, period. And that pisses me off. Me too. Because, again, that's all the committee wants to say is, oh, well, we got it right. We did get you in the top 12. You weren't just an auto bid. We did have the top 12 right. No, you didn't. You haven't had it right all year. Haven't had it right all year. Because guess what? Bama's not going to play a game this weekend. They're not going to the championship game. ASU is going to be ranked behind them. ASU is going to be number 12. In fact, if we take a look at this, let's say Boise State loses to UNLV. everyone will move up a spot, but UNLV would be guaranteed a berth because they are the highest ranked conference champion. So sure, ASU might be 11. I guess ASU could get a bye at that point, but that doesn't feel as good. You'd only get a bye because Boise State lost, and Boise State should win. I mean, you're just counting on something to go crazy in the ranking ahead of you. Basically, the only way you get ranked higher is if you have an upset in one of these conference championship games, because SMU would need to lose and Boise State would need to lose for you to get bumped up any higher. Otherwise, nothing's going to change here. Nothing's going to change. Indiana doesn't play this week. They're not going to move. Bama doesn't play this week. They're not going to move. Miami doesn't play this week. They will find a way to keep Miami in the playoff. I guarantee you. Guarantee you they will get them in there. Best case, we take care of business in the Big 12 championship game and UNLV wins Mountain West. That's your best case, or Clemson beats SMU. Or maybe both happen. But again, you're still not doing justice to ASU. You're only putting them higher because of upsets ahead of you. You're rewarding teams with more losses and less wins who aren't playing in championship games to be ahead of ASU. And that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And they wouldn't do it. ASU wins this game against Iowa State. Let's just give an example. ASU wins by 2 possessions. They're still going to be behind Bama. They don't have the courage to put them ahead of Bama. They won't do it. And if ASU was ranked ahead of Bama, the only reason why is because they would have a bye week and they would be number 4. That's it. That is the only way that ASU would be ranked ahead of Bama or any of these other teams. Disgusting. Go Sun Devils. See more people discovering your channel, Richie. BC, thanks for tuning in, my friend. I guess even when they blow out ISU, they won't make top 8. You'd have to bank on other people. BC, I do appreciate you tuning in. MP73, Richie, the GOAT of Locked On. I do my best. There's a lot of good people out there. I know that we rip on Drake Toll all the time, and it's so much fun to rip on Drake Toll. He's good. He's good people. We're going to shoot the stuff with him later tonight for the Big 12 squad, which will drop on Thursday. So make sure you tune in and make sure you continue to give Drake the hate that he deserves. But he's good at his job. There's a lot of good guys at what's it called? Locked On. I'm glad that you guys like me a lot too. It's the best. Sean, finally catch you live. Dude, yeah, I'm glad that you were able to make it. I've been trying to go live a lot more lately, so hopefully I catch you more often. Cade Harrop, I hope I didn't pronounce that wrong. Just joined. Richie, did you lose your mind? I'm pissed, honestly. Yeah, no. You can check out the replay because this will go up as a replay later on. I went bananas. Anybody who was in this show at the top could tell you I went absolutely bananas, and it was not pretty. Timberwolf 95, what's going on? Good to see you back in here again, my friend. Total bias, no respect from the media. Yep. That's it. There's no respect. There's no respect. It's all bias. They just want... At this point, is it really even about narratives? Something I said last week was that they care about narratives. Well, ASU's got a bunch of narratives and you don't care. So I don't even think it's about narratives at this point. I think it's just about making sure that we keep the SEC in there as much as we can. Right now, how many we got? Minimum of 4, right? Because you'll have Texas and Georgia. Doesn't matter what happens in that game. Georgia or Texas could lose by 50. They're still making it. Tennessee's in there. Bama's in there. 4 teams guaranteed. And if chaos happens, they will find a way to get Ole Miss in there. They will do everything in their power to get South Carolina in there. You're talking, you could have 6 teams, half the playoff of SEC teams, and 3 of them would have 3 losses. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Committee proved, Bob Poole, thanks for joining in. Committee proved it is Big Ten bias. Yeah, Big Ten's also getting a lot of bias. Ohio State drops three spots to his 2nd straight loss at home to an unranked Michigan team. Disgusting. Georgia or GA. GA Georgia? I assume so. Dropped 9 spots. Who dropped 9 spots? GA can't be Georgia. Who is GA, my friend? I'm not sure. Someone dropped 9 spots. I don't know. It's just been disgusting all year long. It's been disgusting. They will win. They're in the playoff, and then anything can happen. Yeah, no. Bottom line, ASU wins this game. They get into the playoff. Anything can happen, and if you continue to disrespect ASU, they're going to win a game. I promise you, ASU gets in the playoff. They're winning at least one game. At least one. I don't care if it's home. I don't care if it's away. I don't care if you go to Happy Valley. I don't care if you go to the Shoe. You are disrespecting ASU at such a ridiculous rate right now that they're going to notice. They're going to use that as bulletin board material, and they're going to beat you. All year, Kenny Dillingham and the players have said, yeah, no, we block out the outside noise, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure they do, but you can't look me in the eye and say that they don't look at that stuff and they go, yeah, no, let's prove some people wrong. Oh, my goodness. Half of the Big Ten do not have a winning record, but they still have 3 of the top 6 teams. Yeah, that's all they care about. They win. Oh, I already read that one. Land Squid USN. What is going on, Land Squid? Let them keep doubting our season. It just adds fuel to the fire that is heating this ASU football team up. Handle our own business. Iowa State up this week. Yep, no. Eyes on the team in front of you. 100%. All the focus is on Iowa State this weekend. We don't care about Bama being ranked ahead of us. We don't care about anyone else. That is all ASU is worried about, and that's all they should be worried about. And that's what I'm here for. I'll be pissed off for you guys. Hopefully they are all in, and I know that they're all in too. Baritone block. I know I probably messed that up. I am so sorry. Sorry, Richie. I've been gone for a while, man. I love to tune into your shows. I appreciate you tuning in, and you never need to apologize. I'm glad you're here. Wester 4. If Clemson wins the ACC, I wonder if the committee will bump out Alabama in favor of SMU. I doubt it. Bama at Notre Dame would be ratings. Boom. There you go. You nailed it. All they care about is ratings. Which one would the playoff committee care about more? Notre Dame versus SMU or Notre Dame versus Alabama? Boom. Easy decision. That's all they care about. They would get that in no matter what. Keep us at 12 to play Penn State. Just have to shut down Tyler Warren, who, goodness. Did you guys see that he's in the top 10 for Heisman voting? I am so glad that he's getting the respect he has because he's a monster. Then we can play Boise in basically a home game in Glendale. That's the other really nice thing is the way we're trending right now. ASU will play in the Fiesta Bowl. Good luck. Maybe 2 playoff wins. Drake has been an ASU hater, wearing BYU gear now ISU gear. I love it. I love Drake. I can't wait to give him absolute hell later on. I love him. I really do. He's really good at making conversation and stirring the pot, and this is just more evidence of it. I do love Drake. He is an absolute bozo when it comes to ASU. Plus, he just admitted that he was wrong about ASU, and now he's just tripling down on this. Yeah, I'm going straight for Drake's throat. If ASU beats Iowa State to advance to the college football playoff, he will be on Locked On ASU or Locked On Sun Devils. Don't you worry. He will be on, and we will make fun of him. Cade Harrop, again, I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. Just subscribe. Keep up the good content. I honestly didn't know you did live streams. Cade, first of all, shout out for hitting that subscribe button. We're kind of new to live streams. I used to try and do them a little bit more consistently a year ago. This year has been really crazy, especially because games end at night and everything. But I think this is the 4th live we've done over the last month or so. And I want to try and do a live at least once a week. It's just a lot of fun. And clearly you guys love them a lot too. So definitely get ready for some more as we continue to go on. All right, we got to start wrapping this bad boy up. We're somehow already at 29 minutes. It's crazy how quick that's gone by. All right, Paul Madison. The committee is rewarding the super conferences, telling everyone else to kick rocks. And you would think that the Big 12 is a super conference. They're Big 4, but as far as they're concerned, we might as well be Mountain West. We might as well be Sun Belt. We might as well be AAC, whatever. Sean, Drake Toll needs to spend all offseason giving ASU all the love, especially if and when ASU wins. Not one time has he shown any love or respect to ASU. I'm keeping tabs on him. Keep tabs on Drake. He deserves it. Again, he's good people. I love him to pieces. He deserves it. He deserves all the hate. I text him all the time. I'm like, just so you know, you are pissing off my listeners on a week-to-week basis. So don't worry. I'm on his butt. Bob Poole, the committee dropped Georgia 9 spots when it had its second. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I thought you were talking about for this week's bowl. I gotcha. Yeah, no, dude, anything to keep Georgia in. Drake Toll's mad. It's our first year in the conference, and it's ours. Bottom line, TV money will always drive the ratings. Is there a chance of a crazy run into the championship? I mean, there's always a chance. Am I betting on it? Probably not. But there's always a chance. It's the playoff. Anything can happen in the playoff. And now that you are at 12 teams, it's not just going to be about the best teams. It's going to be about the hottest teams. We see that in the NFL, in baseball, in all your other pro sports. We see it in college basketball. Like, it happens collegiately too. It's not just about being the best team. It's about being the hottest team. And ASU is playing hot football right now. There should be no team in the nation that would look at ASU and go, that's an easy win. They shouldn't, or it's going to be a mistake. Sam Ortega, best argument the committee has for a 3-loss SEC are hypothetical matchups. And man, oh man, SEC teams are undefeated in hypothetical games. Even the Big 12 knows it. I don't know if you guys saw that post. The actual Big 12 Twitter account made fun of Lane Kiffin for hypothetical games because they have lost 2-3 Big 12 teams and just chef's kiss. All right, Kenny will not get lost in the sauce. You know it, Dad. You're not getting lost in the sauce, baby. Hit the like button, y'all. Sean, you're too kind, baby. You are too kind. Screw Drake Toll. Craig, I promise you, Drake's good people. He's just good at his job. ASU will win if they run the ball. ISU is second to last in run defense. So I didn't know they were that bad. I thought they were at least average. Dude, they're going to run all over the place. Cam Scadaboo is going to have a huge day. ASU about to reel off 4 straight conference titles. Why stop at 4? Let's go 10, 20, 30, 40. How many have I won in college football? 25. I don't know. Let's turn them into my own. Levitt will be 4-0 against Arizona. I sure hope he stays for 4 years. How great would that be? I like that you do these lives and not just pre-recorded lives. No, I love recording my shows. These lives are a blast, especially with the comments on. This is so much fun. We're definitely going to do these a lot. Hutch, what's going on, my friend? I understand why Bama is ahead of us because SC, Ole Miss, and Miami ahead of but not because. But SC, Ole Miss, and Miami ahead of ASU is a shame. CFP committee is a bunch of SEC clowns. You're absolutely right, they are. And they've just proven that over and over and over and over and over and over again. Is what it is. I personally don't see why Bama's ahead of us. They have not had a good season. Just call it what it is. If Sam keeps trending at this rate, I could see him drafted after his junior year. I could see him drafted next year. If he has another big year the way he does, he's a first-round pick. So I'm hoping we can keep him around longer than that, though. Say, man, how long is Jordan Tyson down with the injury? You think he'll make it back for the playoffs if ASU gets past Iowa State? So I don't have a ton of time because I do need to wrap this up right now. I don't have a ton of time to get into this to make it short and sweet. He's going to be out this week. And then it really depends how the season goes. If you advance to the college football playoff, you'll have 2 weeks between Saturday and your first game. He could play, or you may rest him. If you get a bye week, we wouldn't play until New Year's Day or New Year's Eve for the 6 games. I would expect him to be back for that game, depending on how bad the injury is. If ASU loses and they go to a bowl game, just shut him down for the year. Loving the live streams gets me pumped for the Big 12 championship. We will have to have another live stream. Let's shoot for Friday night. You know what? Yeah, let's shoot for Friday night to have another live stream, and we'll just shoot the stuff and have a good conversation. Even Mama Bradshaw's in the stream. What's going on, Mama Bradshaw? ASU wins. When ASU wins, I am all about it. Even if they lose, doesn't mean they can't come back stronger than next year like Texas has. But if they beat ISU by double digits, I think, absolutely. Oh, man, I love you guys. You keep commenting, and I don't want to leave. Stop commenting so I can leave, but not really. I love it. All right, rapid fire. I'm confident the wide receiver room will step up in absence of Tyson. Go ASU by 2 touchdowns. I strongly disagree that the gap of SMU and ASU is that wide. Cesar Morales, thanks for tuning in. I agree with you. How are you feeling about Brett Brennan's decision? Love it. Getting 2 wins over U of A in the same weekend is the best. If Sam has another big week next year, he'll be gone after 2025. I agree. Osweiler left early. Hope he learned from that. He's still a second-round pick. He had some NFL success. Hutch, Love you, Richie. Watch the show all year long. Appreciate the coverage and interacting with the fans. I appreciate you, Hutch. You're the reason that this show exists. Brett Brennan staying at U of A is an extra Christmas gift. Definitely is. Brock Osweiler, Jake Plummer. Who beat Brady in the playoffs? BC, I'm not sure what you mean by that. We'll have to revisit it. But yeah, no. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This has been a blast. 35 minutes. I thought this was going to be 20 minutes. I said it might only be 15 to 20, and it turned into 35. I love spending time with you guys. I think our U of A show ended up going pretty late, too. I can pull that up because I have it right here with me. The U of A show was 48 minutes, so I'm not afraid to have longer shows for sure. I just got to get out of here because I got to start preparing for the Big 12 game or the Big 12 squad that's coming up here later tonight that will drop on Thursday. So I just got to start getting prepared. Otherwise, I would love to keep going. We're going to wrap this up. Let's plan on a live for Friday night. Also, if you are in the Valley, I am going to Devil's Advocate on Saturday for the football game. So I'll be in my Locked On stuff. If you're there, come over, say, hey, let's shoot the stuff. Let's have a good conversation. I'm really looking forward to this game. We're going to have a lot of fun. So I will hopefully see you guys on Saturday if you're at Devil's Advocate to watch the game. I'll have a couple of buddies with me. Let's have a good time. I will see you guys Friday night for sure for a live. Guaranteed. That'll be a good time as well. But we got to wrap this bad boy up. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you later. Turn those subscriptions on, baby. We'll be back. Till the next time, you keep it locked right here on Locked On Sun.